शिवला भी मेरे को घूर के देख रही है।
क्या? अरे रखना उसको बैकग्राउंड में प्लीज। सही है।
वो
हाँ,
वहां पे
लेट्स।
बैठे नहीं रह रहे।
Hello everyone, welcome to Scribble Noob podcast. I am Rubha,
I'm Adarsh.
I'm Poonam.
and we are all freelance illustrators and animators. Each week, we are going to discuss various art related topics from our perspective and learn something new in the process. What you can expect from this podcast, basically interviews with other artists, industry insights, daily study groups, behind the scenes, and educational decoding. And why we started this podcast, I think Adarsh should be the best person to shed some light on that, since he was the first one who introduced this podcast idea to me and Poonam myself. So
So yeah, all started on Instagram. So I had been doing this a weekly series called Monday Media Reviews, where I used to post um, movie reviews, game reviews, um, a lot of other media. So I think me and Viva had connected before that, and she just mentioned, okay, you should put all of this in a podcast maybe or a YouTube channel, something. And I was like, I really want to do a podcast, but I need people to do it with because I cannot talk to myself alone. So she was like, I'm in. And then I thought, okay, we probably need a third person. And just a few days later, I get contacted by Poonam on LinkedIn. Okay, hey, do you want to work on something together? And I thought, let's uh, see where, let's schedule a Google Meet, see where it goes. And yeah, so we did one day and everything clicked together. So yeah,
that's great. So
nice.
I think it would be better if we introduce ourselves as well, so that people know who they are talking to. So Adarsh, why don't you go ahead and Poonam can follow, and then I'll introduce myself.
So yeah, apologies for all the cuts. This is the first time we are doing this. So I am Adarsh Thakkar and I am a freelance illustrator and animator. So I've been doing this for about 4 to 5 years. And it all started like, I don't have an art background as such, but it all started one day when I was just thinking, okay, well, how all these digital art and wallpapers and animations and everything, all of that we see on the screen are made. So mm, back then I was doing my PhD. Uh, so I was not really into art like as sort of a career option, but more like I really loved cartoons. So I began my research on it and yeah, I got to know about all these tablets and stuff. And before I knew it, I had already ordered one. And I started making art, got a little bit good at it, started working freelance on Fiverr. And then, um, yeah, and then it just started growing my interest from there. So after that, I started doing it besides my PhD. Like I used to work on my PhD during the day, and during the evening, I used to work on art and other stuff. And I opened my Instagram page, and a few posts blew up, and still got clients from there. Now I've been doing freelance work full time. So yeah.
Nice. And did you have a full-time job and then have your Instagram account like side by side? Were you managing both of the things?
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, I started the Instagram account. That I mean, I used to post before that also, but not consistently. So during COVID, I was like, okay, I don't have anything to do. I was stuck at my home, so started making these comics. For some reason, comics came very naturally to me. I wanted to tell stories instead of like just pretty illustrations. So um, started making comics, and I remember telling someone, I hope this blows up because I'm enjoying it so much. I hope this blows up. And I can make this my full-time gig. And it did, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, now now I juggle freelance work as well as the page and everything. So yeah.
Great. Poonam, you can go next.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Poonam Shinde, and I'm a freelance illustrator, and mostly I work on children's book projects and variety of other illustration-based projects. Some are like more complicated ones, and basically, like others said, how we used to, as children, we used to see these digital drawings and wallpapers, and used to wonder like who made this. Like first, it that kind of thought didn't come to mind, but later on we were like like intrigued, like how is this image existing on the internet maybe. And then
Yeah.
we got to find out that like it is a kind of art and someone is drawing that. So I also like I joined MSCIT class. There I saw someone using Adobe Photoshop, and then I got to know like you can do something on Adobe Photoshop, like image manipulation and stuff. So I used to download like line drawings of other people, the Pokemon stuff and all. And I used to fill colors and shading in Photoshop using mouse and all. So like that, I mean, my interest in digital art started. And then, as others said, in college, I was also doing my master's degree in electrical engineering, and I also bought a tablet. I was into webtoons those days, so I thought I will create a webtoon, and so I bought a tablet, and then I created my webtoon, which is not there right now. And then and
Why
then
is it not there?
like because it was like
Revamp.
and actually I redraw it, like 3-4 episodes
Yeah.
I again redraw because my skills got updated. And then I was like, this is not picking up, my style is still not up to par, and the story, like I can't stay committed to this. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I put those panels in my portfolio basically, and some other drawings. So I got approached by a client on Fiverr. So basically everyone starts on Fiverr in India. So like that, I also started, and then I got a client through that, and then I was making his webtoon. It just got until 3 episodes. Then he had some finance issues and all. So then again, I
Freelance
used
life.
those, yeah, those portfolio images to like get more clients. I tried different freelance websites and all. So basically, like that, I mostly use a freelance website right now as well. And also some connected clients come, like if I'm working here with someone, then they will like divert their clients to me if they have some illustration requirements. So
Right.
I mean, these kind of two types of clients are coming right now.
Mhm.
And children's book I really enjoy doing, so I'm looking forward to like being expert in that field as well. And in future I want to like do more children's book in professional way, and also visual development of animated series and all. So right now that is my goal, which I'm trying to update my skills or study towards. So yeah.
And what other freelance websites have you used besides Fiverr?
Yeah, so
Like, are you
basically
on
I have
Fiverr?
tried many, yeah. So I have tried many, but Upwork right now is best for me. And I means in Upwork, it is a easy system. Right now they have increased their connects and all. The connects you have to use
Yeah.
to apply for
Reach
jobs.
out to people.
But yeah, but I guess you can at least target jobs over there as compared to Fiverr, where only client can get you, and the buyer's request tab, I don't know, it doesn't work most of the time. So, and other website were too confusing. Uh, freelancer.com I have
Yeah.
used, but there too
Mhm.
much crowd is over there, and I couldn't understand like what exactly
Okay.
is happening over there. Yeah, and other websites are right now there is not much traffic over there. So But the most problematic thing using a freelance website is they take at least 20 to 10% cut
Yeah,
from your from what your income.
total amount.
Yeah. Hmm. But
That's the
also if
reason
you're
Yeah.
why
taking
I quit it.
international, yeah, but if you're taking international payment through PayPal, then they also cut like 4-5%.
Yeah, that
That
conversion
issues are
rate.
there.
Uh,
Yeah.
my God, that is a
So
lot
we
to
can
handle.
extend on this topic later in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
coming
we should
podcast.
definitely talk. This could be one of the topics where we talk about, okay, how you get job opportunities in this field.
Yeah, especially for freelance, since you have to do everything by yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Vibha is
And
remaining.
like the tax part
Yeah.
is very tough for freelancers to understand initially. I was struggling with it for a while. Right now I have figured it out, but not like 100%.
Mhm.
I'm in the
So we'll
process of
have a
figuring it
separate,
out.
yeah, like freelance, and there are other things like retainers, which are not exactly like freelance. It's not even like a job. You have sort of like a part-time job. So we'll cover all that later when we talk about, money and earning from art. So
Yeah,
anyway, I'll
retainer is
go.
like a big
Yeah,
project
Yeah.
retainer is a big
for.
project, but it is nice. Like you don't have to give like 1 month
Yeah,
advance
it's a
notice
bit
for
stress
anything,
free.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
stress free. And you can, if they do allow you to, work on some other project as well, then you can like when you are working in a full-time job, you cannot, juggle other work, because like they have it in their contract. You cannot do any art related work other than like their work.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a very huge topic, so we'll cover it separately.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll go next with my
Yeah.
introduction.
Hmm.
Hi, I'm Vibha. I'm from Mumbai. And we all are from Mumbai. I think we
Oh
covered
yeah,
that.
we forgot to mention that. All three of us are
Oh,
from
okay.
Mumbai.
Yeah. So it's
Central
convenient for
line.
us. Yeah, central line. So yeah, I did my, my education is in science. I did my bachelor's in life sciences, and I have always wanted to do animation, but everybody was like, no, you cannot do animation full time, and it's not that lucrative. And at that time, there was no social media, so nobody knew that you could just like blow up like how my Instagram account did for Indian Scribbles. So I was like, okay, maybe if I don't have get job, I can just do it on the side. So that's how I got my graduation degree. And side by side, I was making small flip books and animations on the side. And there was one particular session that I attended by NID graduate, and he showed about graffiti and animation and the whole world. And then I approached him and talked to him, okay, like, can I actually make money out of it? And he was like, absolutely, you can. You just need to know what you're doing, and you need to have a good portfolio. So portfolio word stuck in my mind. I kept working on my flip books and animations, and I made a tuta puta portfolio to just at least show someone that I can do drawing. And I did apply to colleges, but I didn't get accepted because of course I had no background. I literally started 1 year before making portfolio, so I had no fundamental skills as well. So what I did was I just applied for like a fresher, flash animation stuff, and basically learned my way up through the job. Like I kept switching jobs and trying to apply places where I'll get to expand my knowledge more. And during COVID, I got this opportunity to stay at home. Like people who are from Mumbai, they know the commute is so bad. It is like you take 4 to 5 hours just traveling. So if you save that time, in that time I could do so much because of COVID. And that's when I started my Instagram page, Indian Scribbles, and that gave me the confidence to switch to freelance. So right now I'm a full-time freelance illustrator, animator, and I do a little bit of illustrations on the side, but mostly it is comic centric. But I like illustration. I want to try children's book illustration once because it is fun, but it is very like there is so much work to it and so much background and work. But it seems interesting right now.
It's weird. It's the opposite for me. in like
Oh,
I am intimidated by animation. I find illustration a lot easier to do like those things. But
yeah.
yeah,
I've been doing animation for so long that I am a little like I want to try something else.
so you
That's all.
started with animation only? Like I just want to animate, that's all.
Yeah, actually, I used to watch Pogo, Cartoon Network, literally all the channels like Nickelodeon, Animax. There was
Animax,
Animax
yeah,
also
Animax,
at
yeah.
that. Yeah, at that time. So I used to like be stuck on that, like glued to TV all the time and just watch animations. And once I found out that you can animate for like career, I was like, I want to do this definitely. And there was one episode from Mad. It was on
Mhm.
Pogo. So there was one episode where Rob had explained about animation, about Zeotrope, and how you can make your own flipbooks, and you know that illusion. Okay, like there are too many images flipping, so it looks like
Mhm.
it's moving. That blew my mind. I was like, I want to do this. This is some illusion, some magic trick that I want to get in my skill set. So that's how I started first with animation. At that time, I didn't have a good understanding of anatomy and all that. So eventually, like, over the time, I just learned how to do fundamentals and like, light sketching and all that. But main focus was on animation.
When did you like decide, okay, this is, like doing it for fun or doing it for the joy of it? And then, uh, deciding that, okay, I can probably make some money out of it. So when did that mindset switch?
The money part came 2 years after, quitting the science line. Like when I started doing job and I was like, okay, like this is not paying enough because it was very less. And I was like, can I sustain living with this kind of, salary? But, I started doing freelance as well on the side because they were supportive. And okay, yeah, we know we are paying you less, but you can have freelance on the side. So that's how I, tried to see what works best. And for me, I also tried on Fiverr. It did
Hmm.
well for like 1 year, but then they take too many cuts and all that. And I tried to learn Upwork, but like ऊपर से couldn't understand anything. So I was like, yeah, I'll just apply for another job. I quit the previous job and applied for another job which was paying well. So then I realized, okay, like as you become senior, the pay gets more, and as you are more responsible for like difficult scenes, the pay gradually gets more. So I was a little relaxed. Okay, I can make money from this.
Now you are working on your own thing, completely
Yeah,
quit the
one thing.
job.
Yeah, which is more money than job, but it is also
Yeah,
more stress, and you have to be manager, marketing, head, everything. You have to do
everything. Yeah.
by yourself. Yeah,
But I think
but it's fun.
even if, you know, even despite all the stress, we would still do the same thing as in working
Absolutely. Yeah, we
freelance.
are all free. We are all freelance
Yeah,
artists, so we have
you,
like
I think
this love for freelance.
you two have job experiences in the art field.
Yeah,
I don't. I started directly with freelance.
So how
I
was
did
like
for 8 months.
learning?
You were
Oh,
there
eight
for
months
eight
there.
months. Uh, you
Yeah, the
decided eight.
last job which
Okay, right.
So like 8 months
right
now.
now, basically I was working for a remote means job in a remote job opportunity, and it was mostly about creating comics, and it was centered for kids. Means the comics which I was creating, it was for small kids, and other comics were for like teenagers and all. So yeah, means the overall experience was good, but I found like the marketing was not done properly by the company. So I thought it would create problems later regarding funds
Right.
and investment stuff. And I tried talking with the management about it, but I don't know what they were thinking. And then again, that happened, that the funds were getting cut off. So they didn't retain anyone. Like mostly they retained
Mhm.
1/3 of the staff, and those who were on low salary. And means they first removed those who were on high salary, you could say.
Yeah.
So like
That's
that.
the
And
thing.
basically
Yeah.
they did the basic mistake like over hiring and then again firing situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like until companies don't know how they will make money from their products, I don't think it is a sustainable model in any startup, I would say. Not only animation, comics, but in any company, you should know how to sell your products, because through that money you are paying your employee salaries, basically.
That's
Yeah,
what
and
we
if
are
you're,
thinking about, right? Starting the
yeah,
studio and all. We need to think about all of
yeah,
this stuff.
marketing and where your clients will come from is like the topmost,
Mm.
actually not
Client
the
or like
topmost
how,
priority.
even the
The topmost would,
customers.
yeah, exactly. So like you need to pay attention to your employees and customers, and then like have good marketing, and not like pay a lot for marketing. Just know who you're targeting to. So that is important. And since like if we are in our full-time job, so we are reliant on other people for marketing. But if we have it in our hand, we know how to market ourselves. So maybe that's why we all gravitated towards freelance rather than job. Job is fine. Like job has its own positives because you get a ready-made setup. You don't have to invest on tablets or anything. It's just there for
Yeah,
you.
that's a huge plus.
So
If it is
yeah,
on
and
location job.
yeah, that is true. But even for remote, I think you get to at least collaborate with other people who are, your seniors, or who can fill you in with all the details and stuff.
It
So
was
for
not
remote,
much collaboration in my case.
they don't give the equipment if it's a remote job.
Depends on the budget, I would say, because
Yeah.
they were kind of a startup, so like they didn't give
Acha.
equipments and all.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a
Makes sense.
startup, basically your requirement is like the person you are hiring should already have their own setup.
Oh,
If you
So
are
this was
like
basically
big
a long-term gig.
companies, yeah. But you are not sure. Like you have to put 1 month's advance notice, but they don't give you advance notice if they are going to terminate later.
Damn.
that is so cruel.
Wait a second.
What all do we have planned next for like the other podcast? Now, we know we are going to do like a weekly thing. So, would you like to add give all what all we have planned for the audience?
Yeah,
I
so
think first
basically we were
would be
thinking,
interviews. Yeah, you go.
yeah, interviews and discussion with other artists. So
Hmm.
basically, means we all came together so that we can create a new age collaboration system, because in India it is not like is the collaboration stuff is missing like in US and all, and also like new age ideas are not being means what given highlights or means accepted in the
Yeah.
traditional companies. They don't want to experiment, so we want to
Hmm.
do things out of the box, experiment more, and create generate such ideas so that it will influence the coming generations as well to get into this field, and how to explore or navigate in this field. Because anyone would say like art field or illustration field, but there are many other jobs which people don't even know like exist in means in parallel with the art and illustration stuff, in animation as well. If you are if you look at the credits of the movie, you will see what all kind of jobs exist. So we are like we want to show people and means to give them the information and education that
Right.
variety of stuff exists, and you can also
Hmm.
create your career in this. Yeah, it's not a traditional path and it is not such a smooth route, but yeah, but hard work will take you anywhere you want, like
Yeah,
and basically it's
especially
all
when,
about passion.
yeah, and especially when like beginners who are thinking, okay, like can they do this full time and can they earn from it? Like there is not enough guidance for people who want to know. Like you have to resort to reaching out to your whoever you look up to on social media, and most of the time you don't get response because they are also very busy. So we would like to create a collaborative space where anybody can ask questions, get to know industry insights, and we will also cover that in interviews as well. But basically, you can openly ask questions and know, okay, what you need to do, what next steps you need to take to get into art industry.
Yeah,
So
the
that's
thing
the
about
gist.
collaboration, it's a nice segue to so we have also started this community thing before before this podcast itself. So we've been doing these daily draw groups where we draw together every day, and if uh, we discuss art and different, if someone has question. In fact, today itself, I had a question. Okay, how much would you charge for this animation? I texted her at some client request. So things like these, because since we all work remotely, we all work alone, having a community sort of makes it easier to learn new things. Like I know the three of us, we learned everything ourselves, through
Yeah.
mistakes and everything. So having that community, I can already see some people, okay, how do we do this? How do we do that? So the that makes it a lot easier. So yeah.
Yeah, and basically, like educational opportunities are also lacking here. Like in formal, if you're going into any formal academy who teaches animation or art stuff, but they don't teach you like on international standard level. And also, like from many people, I have heard that the quality of education is not at all good, and they don't come out with a solid portfolio even if they are joining those courses and doing means they charge even up to lakh rupees I think
Yeah.
per year and all.
Mm-hmm.
So but the gain is not that much from it, so we are also planning on doing some educational stuff as well, maybe some courses in future if we are able to get professional to do those courses, means to curate those courses for you all. Yeah, so like means
Yeah.
basically we are trying to give quality stuff and also quality guidance to all of you.
Yeah, like when you say about education, I as a child didn't even know that you could do this in India, or animation is a thing, that animation or illustration is a thing that people actually do. The thought never crossed my mind. So
But
yeah, I mean,
right now also, like even
yeah.
graphic designing is in trend, but people don't know what exactly you have to do as a graphic designer, and there are also many specialties as a graphic designer. But people
Mm-hmm.
just do it as like if someone is saying their peers or their relatives or someone like do this graphic designing, it is in means trend now, and you can earn
Yeah.
from it. But in graphic designing also there are so many nuanced stuff that you don't
Mm,
know, because I have started a bit of graphic designing like from last year. So I know I have been following some people, international people also, like how they think and how much deep it can go. Even logo, you think logo is a simple thing, but
mm,
if you are going that deep, then you have to think that deeply for one symbol only. And also
Mm-hmm.
it depends on the client as well, like how the client will perceive it. And you don't know how to use the client's vision, then it is of no use. Means you have to do it according to client, not your self interest, I would say. So that kind of what experiences are also important to share, like how to approach things and how to think in like that way, in graphic design way, or what kind of, if you're doing branding stuff, how to approach it. So those nuanced things we can discuss with the pro
Mm-hmm.
people, I guess. I also have very basic knowledge, so
Right.
we are
We should
looking forward
definitely
to
cover
doing
that.
that.
Yeah, yeah, we
yeah.
Yeah.
should definitely cover that because most people like starting out, they don't know where to go and they just take up work and then they don't know how to, manage all that work and how to
Also,
learn
like
that work.
common people don't know what is illustration work and all. I have to explain so much to other people, like
People
neighbors
think
and all,
people
what I
think of
do.
it as graphic designing. Like I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't want to explain in detail, then I go, yeah, I'm graphic designer.
So we'll debunk that also. Like we'll,
yeah.
put it all in front of you. What kind of styles there are, what kind of career choices you can make. So look forward to our future podcast. We'll cover everything,
Yeah.
in detail, so that you have like very less questions left. And if you do have any questions left or you want something specifically covered, you can comment below and we'll take that into consideration.
Yeah. And we'll have our Instagram accounts and our portfolios and everything linked down below, so you can go check them out. And if you have any questions or anything, you can obviously reach out in the comments or reach out to us. And yeah, I think next podcast we are doing on comics, since we all are we all
Yeah.
have made comics in the past. We do right now as well. So I think that is something, you know, the ideation part, the process of how to make comics. Okay, so I think this is a nice place to stop. Just wanted to introduce ourselves and our creative journey. So, yeah, next week we'll be having other artists with us who have been doing comics and illustrations for a long time. So it'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you tune in, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you again. So
Bye,
bye
guys.
bye.
Bye. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe बोला था.
तू बोल दे अभी. Please like, share, subscribe.
ये क्या
ऐसे
ब्रेक ब्रेक में है यार.
नहीं ऐसा ही पूरा कंटिन्यू डालो.